Don't even have the energy to make a fire. Maybe tomorrow night. So I'm going to take my boots off, put my warm shirt on, and crawl into my tent and go to bed. Hopefully get some sleep tonight. So see you in the morning. Well, good morning, folks. I made it through the night. Didn't sleep very well in spite of how tired I was. That's normally the case when I'm camping. I think I'm too old to be comfortable in a tent sleeping on the ground, but that's the way it goes. That's the price I pay for being outdoors. And to tell you the truth, I complain about it, but I really don't mind it. The opening shot there, I have my pot of water on the alcohol stove. Gonna boil some water here and make some breakfast. Packet gourmet polenta with pork sausage. And I have all kinds of other goodies here. Oh boy. Tea, coffee, an apple. Got some apricots, dried apricots, Pop-Tarts. See some tortillas hiding under there. A candy bar. Snack crackers. I'm going to eat pretty good on this hike. So here's what polenta looks like before it's rehydrated. For those of you who don't know, polenta is just like a cornmeal, corn mush. There, we have a nice rolling boil, so time to get going. Packet Gourmet, I got this nice little foil insulation lined pouch to rehydrate in too. Just stick the meal inside and let it sit for 10 minutes. Gotta have my coffee too. Oh, that first sip of coffee in the morning is so good. So the clock on the wall says my 10 minutes are up. See how this looks. Can you see that in there? I cooked the desiccant package. Oh my God, that's the second time I've done that with a dehydrated meal. I wonder what that big lump of sausage was in there. I thought, this can't be right. It actually tastes very good though. Very good. Nice, nicely seasoned, a little peppery. Black pepper, not hot pepper. Has little bits of, looks like chives and red bell pepper in it. It's got a good creamy smooth texture. It's a little salty, but the sausage has good flavor. Thumbs up. This is very filling and good. It's got some pepper heat to it. I looked in the ingredients. It does have chili peppers in it, but they're not overpowering. I get mostly black pepper out of it, but I know there's pepper in there because it's making my nose run already. I can tell this is gonna stick to my ribs for the hike today. For Christmas, my daughter got me like an assortment, 12 different packet gourmet meals. Now the first one I tried on my last outing, a winter hike I did, and I had bad results with that one. It said to use cool water. It was, can't think of it now. It was like a sandwich. Supposed to rehydrate it with cool water and make a wrap out of it. And I just could not get that meal to rehydrate, no matter what. 45 minutes and it was still hard and crunchy. So when I got back from my trip, I contacted Packet Gourmet and explained to them what had happened. And well, they were very receptive to my complaint, and they said, well, give us some time. We have a whole batch of these here. We're going to test them out and see what's going on. And then I never heard nothing back from them for 3 weeks, 4 weeks. Finally, I got an email that said, oh, sorry, we were in the process of random testing of our production lots, and we agreed there's a problem with this meal. We're going to send you a new one to replace it, and we've changed the instructions on them now to use hot water rather than cool water, and it'll rehydrate better. So they're a very responsive company. They're customer focused, and I promised I'd put a good word in for them on social media. I'm very satisfied with the resolution. The flavor of this meal is outstanding, and actually the one that I tried that didn't rehydrate well, the flavor of that one was good too. It didn't rehydrate according to their instructions. But anyway, you should give Packet Gourmet a try there. And now I've been sitting here jabbering and eating, and I let my coffee go cold. There's no microwave out here in the woods where I can warm it up. Well, good morning. I'm back on the trail. Destination today is complete the Manistee River Trail section of the loop. Cross over the Manistee River at the suspension bridge, and then join up with the North Country Trail for the return loop on the west side of the river. Hoping to camp tonight at vicinity of Eddington Creek, but that's probably about 6 hours away yet. This section and where I camped last night is right at river level, so I lay in my tent last night listening to the gurgling of the Manistee River as it slipped past. Quite an incline here up to the top of that bluff, and the trail splits into two. Worse and worser. This way that I'm looking in the center of frame right now actually has seeping running water in it, but so I said, oh, there's no way I'm going up that. So I come to the right hand way here, and this has got greasy snot pig yard mud in it. Oh boy. Take it easy. I'm going to put the camera away and hope I see you on the other side. Well, we just came out of that narrow path through the woods there and come to this intersection. We have a 2-track cutting right across, heading towards the river there. I don't know what's down there. This looks like a forest road. Anyway, Manistee River Trail continues this way. Just walking along this trail along the crest of the bluff here, and there's not many trees on the trail. I was thinking to myself, this has all the look of a lumber rollway, although it's not directly on the river, which would be immensely helpful. But I looked up ahead and there's an interpretive sign here. See what that says. And right in front of us there's a nice white pine, which would have been the tree that the lumbermen, the loggers, were after back in the 1800s, early 1900s, when they logged the hell out of these woods. Oh, no. It's just about the glacial geology of the area here. I'll take a photo and insert it in the video if you'd like to read it. It's an interesting trunk on that white pine there. Comes out like a teapot spout, and it goes straight up. I don't know if you can hear it down there, running water. There's a spring that flows out of this hillside someplace down there. We just passed the Slagle Creek overlook there, and now we're going down off the bluff down to Cedar Creek, I believe is the first one we come to. Right down the side of the embankment there. See at the bottom. Can you hear the water rushing down there? Idyllic, serenity, peaceful. How many adjectives and adverbs can you come up with? Wow, as we come around the bend here. Look at that. Well, you are looking at it, aren't you? So am I. Water under the bridge. All right, I made it to Slagle Creek. Can you believe this was my destination last night? I was shooting for someplace around Slagle or Cedar Creek to camp. I'd have never made it. I'd have never made it. I'm glad I stopped where I did. But I'm about ready for a break. I guess I'll go down there by the bridge, take my pack off, have a drink and a snack. Been looking for trilliums in the woods and I haven't come across too many of them yet. These are the first. They're a little bit past prime though. A few of them on this hillside here. I don't know if trilliums have a scent, but it sure does smell perfumey right here. This looks like a good spot right here. Got a nice view of the creek. And if I look that way, the bridge arching across. Very picturesque. All right, snack time. Alongside mighty Cedar Creek here. First for some hydration. Oh. And I put a packet of lemon flavored drink mix in it too. Boy, is that good. Now for the main course. Who knows who Shug Emery is? If you do, then you know what these are. I try to say it like him. Pap tartlets. Pap tartlets. One of Shug Emery's favorite breakfast foods. If you don't know Shug Emery, you should. You should look him up on YouTube. The guy's a clown, but he's absolutely fabulous. He's a genuine clown. He's a genuine circus clown. He's a juggler, an acrobat, oh, you name it, a tightrope walker. This guy is amazing. And he has, his side interest is hiking, backpacking in the outdoors, hammock camping in particular. He's a real beast. He lives in Minnesota. He likes to go on midwinter camping trips in the wilderness along Lake Superior when it's when it's 40 degrees below zero. He'll go out there with one or two of his buddies and camp in the woods and sleep in a hammock 40 degrees below zero. That takes some real stuff right there. Anyway, look up Shug Emery. He's a hoot, and he's intelligent, and he's informative and entertaining. So, woo buddy Shug, and all's well in Sector 7. Now to enjoy my pap tartlet. Shug has no idea who I am, and I'm stealing his shtick. So, props to you, Shug. I just noticed the hillside up here where I'm looking, covered with trilliums. Must be like a mini ecosystem right there. Shady, cool, probably moist. It smells heavenly here too right now. I don't know what it is. I think it's just the moistness of the earth, the fresh foliage on the trees and on the ground. It's all exuding the aroma of new life. It smells really good. Springtime. Done with my snack. Done resting. One more sip here, and I'm gonna saddle up and get on the way. Oh, and I just noticed here, right there, I'll show you in a sec, the Jack in the Pulpit. They're not a showy flower at all, and they're hidden underneath the foliage of the plant below the leaves. I was sitting here for 10 minutes before I noticed it. There's Jack in his pulpit. It's actually cool looking, isn't it? Me in my shadow crossing Slagle Creek? Slagle Creek. Stop in the middle, of course. On we go. Who's old enough to remember dots? You went up to the candy counter at your local Five and Dime and you bought a length of paper that had rows of multicolored candy dots attached to it. These are some kind of fungus growing out of this log here, orange colored. Walking past, they reminded me of those candy dots. I don't think you'd want to eat these though. And I just come to this really awesome overlook here. Awesome, man, awesome. I feel like the word awesome is overused. We need a new adjective to take its place. Anyway, shut up, Mark. A nice campsite over there, campsite 4A. Beautiful, beautiful view of the river here. We're probably 150 feet up. Wide, strong flow coming through here right now. Look at those cedar trees on the other bank there. Oh man, I would love to be down there underneath those cedars right now, wouldn't you? Wonder if that's that distinct line there, if that's the deer browse line. I don't know. But look how steep this bank is here and how eroded. It's really bad right here. There's the trail right along the top of it. Pretty soon it's going to eat that trail right there. Man, got a really sharp cleft in the bluff face here, going right down to the river, all sandy and gravelly. If you got down there, you'd have a hell of a time getting back up. Yeah, they have a sign right there, no camping, and I can see why. Oh, it's really tempting. It's an awesome spot, great view, but dangerous. Hate to be the guy that steps out his tent at night to take a leak and goes right down into the river. Rude awakening. I said I'd like to be down there underneath those cedar trees, and as I'm hiking along here, I'm going to zoom in on it. Right there, tip of my finger. Can just barely make it out probably. There's a stone fire ring down there. So someone else has had the same idea. I don't know how the heck you get down in there, but man, I would love to camp right there. Wow. Looks like this tree wants to hug us. Aww. Well, 5 minutes ago we were up on the bluff, right on the exact edge of the bluff overlooking the river, 150 feet up, and now the trail is taking us down right along the river here. This has been a particularly pleasing portion of the pathway. I'm really enjoying it. Varied scenery, you know, the high bluffs, the vistas and the overlooks, and then right down intimate with the river and the bottomland forest. Perfectly pleasant. I'm not sure I understand why right now, but bugs aren't an issue today. Mosquitoes. Even back there where I stopped for a break at Slagle Creek, down in that cool, moist area, I would have expected to be swarmed by mosquitoes, but there were only like 1 or 2 of them, and they seemed like they weren't in the mood to be biting. No bugs. That's a good thing. Isn't that forest inviting? Fresh green grass beneath the trees there. None of the foot-tangling undergrowth that you usually encounter in a forest. Right back there. Hang a hammock back there between 2 trees and spend all day just hanging out. Snoozing, reading, come down, sit and look at the river, go back, take another nap, have a snack. I'm in. There it is, Horseshoe Bend. Eventually, up there, where the river makes a sharp turn, it's going to erode through into the other channel over there, and it'll cut this off here, and this will be an oxbow. It'll be a dead part of the river. Who knows how many centuries in the future that will be, but it's going to happen for sure. Down below here, at the base of the bluff, this has, to me it looks like an oxbow, a dead channel of the river. It curves from over there around like that, and it's definitely river width. It's filled in now, and it's become a swamp. You know, I'm consistently amazed when I'm in the woods. I come across this all the time. A fallen tree. It's fallen precisely between two trunks of another tree. Of all the ways it could have fallen, east, west, north, south, perfectly between the two trunks of this aspen here. Nature's a crazy thing. Well, I'm getting hungry, thirsty, and tired. I need another break, and this looks like a good spot. Looks like we're on a little bluff here. Let's walk up. Oh yeah, beautiful. Perfect spot to make a pot of ramen noodles. Packet gourmet ramen rescue with chicken. Goodness. So I got my ramen rescue, steep it in the magic pouch here, and I'm going to sit for 5 minutes and enjoy the view. Got my feet dangling right over the cliff. There's the river down below. Look at that. Hot, hot. Right here, we're along this stretch, overlooking the river. Gotta hike all this distance. Cross over the bridge, along here, pick up this trail, and back to here. Looks like about 3 miles to me, be my guess. All right, let's do this. 3 more miles to go, I hope.